Oh, this is the moment. Being part of a globally successful girl band, Destiny's Child, with chart-topping hits, numerous awards and millions of fans might sound like a dream come true, but behind the scenes, Michelle Williams was struggling with her mental health, something she'd been dealing with since she was 13. Well, now Michelle is feeling better and has written a book about her experiences in a bid to help others. And in an exclusive UK interview, she is joining us this afternoon. Michelle, it's so lovely to see your gorgeous face. It really, really is. And this is an amazing book. It's called Michelle Williams, Checking In, How Getting Real About Depression Saved My Life and Can Save Yours. This is quite a moment for you, isn't it, to have written this?
Oh, y'all are bringing tears to my eyes. I miss you guys. I miss you ladies.
Oh, we miss you too. We miss having, like, American tourists milling around in London. We really do miss you guys.
I miss getting my rashers of bacon.
Of all the things.
Well, like I said to you earlier, Michelle, just invite me over there and I can cook the bacon for you and I can bring over the English accent and we'll be good.
And she's not joking.
I am here for it, Judy. Thank y'all. You know what? Come on, you're more than welcome. Come on, girl. I'll pick you up from the airport.
Now, in terms of doing the book and stuff, you know, did you enjoy doing this?
It was certainly healing. It was very therapeutic. It was also amazing to listen back to all the things that I put in my voice memos. It was amazing to look back at things that I had journaled, even while I was in a treatment facility. And I had a lady named Holly Crawshaw. She's named in my book. And when she looked at everything that I had, she said, girl, you got a book. So we went into a log cabin in the mountains here in Georgia, and we just we threw everything at the wall. We put these sticky notes on the wall to try to make it all make sense. And she was like, this should be chapter 1. And because I couldn't write it chronologically like that, but by the time I gave her everything I had, she said, girl, this is a book. And so it was totally restorative, healing, and therapeutic.
You know, Michelle, in your book, I was reading the different parts. There's like 3 elements about checking in with yourself, checking in with friends and family, and there's a part where you talk about checking in with God, and not everybody has that kind of a spiritual connection. How has your faith helped you in those really difficult times?
You know, when I've said this before, but it's the only thing I know, when it seemed like everything was crumbling around me, it seemed like faith was the strongest foundation. That never collapsed. That never crumbled. It was the only thing I had stable to stand on. And I knew as long as I could keep standing on my faith, that I could make it.
It's interesting because you've spoken about suffering from depression sort of from your early teens, but you didn't then seek professional help until 2018 when you were in that treatment facility. Why do you think it took to that point for you to actually seek that help?
Yes, that is correct as far as my symptoms of depression showing up in the 7th grade in middle school. I didn't have language for it. I don't even know if I knew to say the word depression. It just wasn't in my word bank. So I didn't seek my first help. I didn't seek it until I was in my 30s, where I believe I got the first diagnosis of depression, right? But then it was about maybe 9 years later that I ended up in the treatment facility. But I've had an official diagnosis for about 12 years now.
Really? Michelle, I wanted to ask you, you talk in the book about how you didn't disclose your depression to Beyonce and Kelly during when the band was going through such big times. Do you know why you maybe didn't feel you could tell them? Because when you did eventually tell them, it was received well, right? Can you tell us about that?
Well, like you said, we were going through big times. We were having so much fun. And like I said, when I got into Destiny's Child, it was a moving train. You know, it was kind of like I was in London and I just hopped on one of the moving trains. And we had to go. And I was having so much fun, and they were life-saving to me. These were two girls who showed me loyalty and love and just like, come on, girl, thanks for joining the team. Yeah. So it was actually a good season for me. Now, I did have a moment, though, where I felt like I was depressed, and I went to someone on our team, and they said, no, you guys are about to go on tour. You just signed a multi-million-dollar deal, and y'all have Barbie dolls. You got so much goodness going on for you. But I talked to that person in 2017 about that statement, and he said, had I known then what we all know now about depression, he said my response would have been way different. But back in the early 2000s, it wasn't really talked about. And if it was really quietly shared. Yeah. Only if you were displaying severe symptoms of something going on psychologically.
Actually, we can sense, Michelle, that the friendship between you girls was terrific. And I must say, I raised an eyebrow when I realised that you'd watched Kelly giving birth on Zoom. So did you ask her, could you, or did she ask you?
No, we got the invitation. But had it not been for a pandemic, we would have been there in person. Or at least standing outside the delivery room waiting for the news of the birth. Look at Noah, he's so young.
So cute.
He's gorgeous.
Look at his face.
Beautiful baby.
Oh.
And do you feel like that power of friendship? I mean, you guys have been friends, gosh, for over 20 years now. Do you feel like that power of friendship has really helped you over the past few years? Just knowing those girls have got your back.
It has been awesome. Now, listen, if anyone in this world doubts the validity and the genuine nature of our relationship, the fact that I watched my sister give birth should let everybody know that all is well and that we love each other. We've got each other's backs. And there's nothing that I wouldn't do for them or vice versa. They have been so supportive of me during this time. And I really wish I would have said something earlier about what had been going on with me.
Do you know what? I really do just want to be a part of your WhatsApp group. It sounds amazing, the three of you in your WhatsApp group.
Can I ask a really serious question? A really serious question. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, Michelle, but do you think you still know the dance moves to Independent Women?
I do.
Yay!
Do it.
Give us a lesson.
I still know. Now, you guys said you'd like to be a part of our WhatsApp group, but I'd love to be a part of the Loose Women group.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah,
what are y'all talking about?
All over that. Oh, Michelle, do you know what? It's been an absolute pleasure and a joy just to meet you. Thank you so much. And next time, you'll be in the studio with us next time. Yes.